Here it is. We are live. Good morning, everybody. My name is Reggie, as you can see in the little corner box. Reggie Beloved, Reginald Bien-Aimé, your humble uh, friend, servant, and Haitian atheist. Today I have Herve Blemur with me, and Herve is one of our latest members of Haitian Freethinkers. For those of you who don't know, Haitian Freethinkers is one of the world's few groups that's here to support Haitian secular people such as myself and Herve. I'll let him speak real quick. We've been active officially since January 12, 2012. So we've next January will be our ninth year, which is a big deal. Um, the group is on Facebook. However, we are on all social media platforms. That is to say, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, got web page. We're everywhere. So if you just search for Haitian atheists, you'll find probably our stuff. Okay. So this morning, Herve has been kind to join us so that we can discuss his thoughts on religion, in particular his journey to becoming an atheist. We're going to incorporate some Creole into this dialogue because what I try to do is I try to create content for people who are Haitians like us that hopefully can understand our Creole. There's going to be some mixing of English and Creole, but we're going to have fun this morning. Yeah, so without any further ado, I give you Mr. Herve Blemur.
Bonjour tout le monde, moi-même, non, moi c'est Herve Blemur, et puis moi bien content que moi t'ai finally came across some Haitian atheists because I didn't know these things, I didn't think we existed. I thought I was the only one.
OK. So, oui, c'est peut-être ça me fait groupe là, parce que l'aime t'ai accepté que moi t'ai on athée, l'été août 2009, m'te pensé que m'te vraiment pour contre moi. Même m'te connait l'autre athée, mais tout athée m'te connait c'était américain ou ça m'a dit là, so m'te connait un pile athée qui était haïtien, so m'dal non conference et puis m'te chita bon côté James Randi fait mourir, so rest in peace James Randi. Et puis nous t'a parlé et puis me dit comme ça que oui, for the Haitian community, it's going to be very difficult to do something, because we don't have anything. And I'm like, somebody needs to do something about it. And everybody's on the table was like, yes, somebody needs to do something. And I thought about it. I'm somebody. And then that's how the idea for Haitian Freethinkers was born. So started it on Facebook, something easy and free. And almost 9 years later, here we are. So, LV, qui l'autre, I mean, ou pas athée pour toute vie, like, so qui l'autre vient comprendre que vous sont athées?
C'est une question qui est très difficile à répondre. Pour quelle raison? Parce que moi-même, I'm the first of 14 children. Et puis, I was raised by 3 different households. T'es gen grand moi, papam, mamam. Chaque member sa yo na household moi yo te, have a different religion. Par exemple, papam c'était adventiste, grand moi c'était catholique, et puis mamam c'est pentecôtiste. But first, as a kid, I've always been curious parce que I'm never one to follow the standards. Au comprenez, moi, par exemple, en Haïti, l'or petit, yo dit comme ça que vous pas supposé jouer avec petit intel parce que pas dans la même classe avec vous, which I, at a very young age, maybe 5 years old, I could not understand parce que moun nan même genre avec moi, ouais. Mais le problème c'est que you're pas in the même position avec them because people, Haitians especially, I can only speak of Haitians behaviors, or Haitians especially think that your financial situation, position determine what kind of person you are. But depuis m'te petit, m'te wè moun sa yo que yo pas de vle jouer avec yo, c'est moun sa m'te plus près de yo in terms en pensée parce que moun sa yo était juste content le fait que yo jouer avec yo. So le mal à l'église, par exemple, moi, j'étais à l'église maybe 10 to 12 times a week, if you can believe that. Pour quelle raison ça t'est arrivé? Parce que faut mal à l'église à papa, Faire l'église avec grand moi, parce que my grandmother was the number one person in my life. Et faire l'église avec ma maman. OK? Et puis, Pancotis, avec Adventist, sometimes they have services during the week. Et puis, voilà, quand tel, pour ceci, pour cela. But as a kid, parce que moi-même, if you tell me one thing, par exemple, ou dit pour me pas faire bagay, disons qu'on dit moi ça que me pas supposé fumer, me pas supposé boire, right? Next thing I know, moi ou même ka fumer ou même ka boire. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, and I find that not chaque l'église c'est les moun c'est fait même bagay là. Il y a du comme ça que pour pas faire un bagay, tandis que il a fait exactement ça ou pour pas faire.
Okay.
Okay, and as a matter of fact, I find that to be very hypocritical. Then I determined to be 6, 7 years old. I didn't know what it was. I just didn't believe in any of the stuff. And I determined that whatever it is they're telling me is a lie. And of course, on Haiti, or something on Haiti, you don't have any ways of exploring these things. Et puis, quand I'm vinicite, and then I start to say, okay, religion is nonsense. And of course, being an atheist, this is what I'm saying. If you have the mind of an atheist, to me, anyway, you have a better mind. You're not better than the other person, but in terms of thinking abilities. So some comments fair, I start to, research, read, and I realized, of course, religion is man-made. The number one reason that it is to keep the masses down. Par exemple, nous mêmes noirs, because I always, of course, I'm big on race as well. Moi, toujours, religion is a way to keep the masses down, especially blacks. Par exemple, Konya là, d'après moi-même, pas quelqu'un qui est plus religieux que mon noir. C'est pas vrai? De vous parler avec comment I'm blessed, thank you. Okay, this is the smug part I don't like. You are blessed. So you're telling me that there's a being somewhere that has nothing to do than to bless you amongst millions and billions, right? In the meantime, you are blessed. Wap manje ou passe le, but then in the meantime, gon lot moun wen kap mori gango. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Et puis, par exemple, let's just say I was blessed. Okay, but I was blessed like, let's see, I'm going to be 60. I was blessed maybe 20 years ago. 40 years ago or 45 years ago. So then what does that mean? Because if I was blessed 45 years ago, that means that somebody else should have been blessed among those lines. So moun kap manje fatrayo en Haiti, en Afrique, which is a heartbroken for me too. So then when you tell me you are blessed because of nonsense, it's garbage. And then, sometimes, parce que c'est qui fréquent, when people start tell me these things. No, let me rephrase. C'est à bout que moi je fréquenter avec n'importe monde. Here's the thing. Vous posez mon question, moi, and I will give you an answer. Par exemple, if you're bothering me, and then I tell you, dude, I don't really want to talk about this because everything else I say is going to be pure venom that comes out of my mouth. C'est à bout que je joue. No, what it is that I find that theists, they don't want to hear the truth. They just want you to be in a box. And I find that with a lot of people. Like I said, I've been different since I was born, I think. So, Lord Ziombagai, they're not expecting, they don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And in terms of race, bon exemple. Ouais. Let's just say qu'on y a dit mon problème, c'est pas vrai? A black man to another black man will dit tel problème. Ça me dit, well, let's pray on it. Pour qui ça? Parce que parents nous, c'est ça qu'on dit pour nous faire, pour nous prier. Okay? Par exemple, blanc, other race, they don't say that. You know what they say? Let's fight for it. Ça fait que nous-mêmes, nous toujours prétendons pour nous prier pour un bagay. Par exemple, sur en Haïti, ouais, Dieu ceci, Dieu cela, le sang de Jésus, written everywhere. In the meantime, nobody's doing anything. So, we chita ou prétendre, ou prier pour un miracle arriver, and it's nonsense.
Okay. Excellent. One of the first things that I like to do is di moun yo kote nou soti. Moi-même m'm fait Port-au-Prince et moi vini États-Unis en décembre 1988. So, m konen ke ou di kon sa ke ou gon gran fami, men nan ki pati nan peyi an ke ou soti.
Oh, ok, famille moi très divers. Pareil, but moi-même, famille pas moi, moi t'es né Gonaïve, mais euh, famille moi c'est m'kroye originaire from au Cap avec Pilate. But moi-même c'est Gonaïvien bien.
Ok, ok. E, on lot bagay ke m trouve ke ki bay an pil moun problem ke lem di yo moun son ate, yo pa ka kompren sa m vle dire. So, lor di yo moun ou son ate, what do you mean? What does that mean?
Moi, l'aime dire comme athée, moi dire ça que m'pas croire dans bon Dieu. M'pas croire bon Dieu existait and never did. Moi just crois c'est just another way pour you capable keep us down. I'll give you another example, right? D'ordinaire, when you're angry, l'or fâché, et puis moun parle de bon Dieu, all of a sudden, right? You stay calm. Well, you get calm because this is what's wanted. You're not allowed to be angered by whatever is bothering you. So then Sayofe, they mention God. All of a sudden, no men, we're conditioned this way. Et puis, no, all of a sudden we calm down and then we start to pray or something. Back when I was maybe 8 years old, I wish I had that picture. Nan liv catéchisme, ou bien I forget which one it was, either Paris or d'Haïti, but it probably nan catéchisme, ba we. Yo toujou montre ou ke gen yon diab, right, on luga ou ate, of course, ki noir, et puis gon blanc, blonde hair, like Thor. By the way, I love Thor. Ki gen yon épée nan meni, about kampe sou luga ou and about to stab it. Of course, as a kid, you start to look at this picture now. What is it? It's ingrained in your mind to think that, okay, noir, dark, is evil, et puis qu'on y a gon blanc qui vient sauver ou, by Saint, I forget, I wish I had a better, I was looking for.
I think that's Saint Michael, the
Okay,
archangel.
okay. So imagine as a kid, these are the things you are reading. Okay. Another thing also, well, I'm gonna go on a tangent here. So next question. Okay, go ahead.
How much education were you able to do in Haiti? So I came when I was 9, so I left at my early formative years. So I did some elementary. And the reason I'm asking that question is because I'm always interested in finding out how did the formal education of the average Haitian person contribute to their religiousness, if you will.
Okay, ben moi, m'te genyen, I was, moi vini en 76, so I was 15. Yes, I was 15 at the time. I didn't turn 15 yet, but I would have been 15 at the time. So moi te nan collège. I guess parce que te gen primaire, et puis te gen collège. C'est nan collège moi te collège Jean-Jacques Dessalines in Gonaïve. That's where I was. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Like in the Haitian school system, it is my understanding that in their junior and senior years, they take reto and philo, or philo reto. I forgot. I think it's reto then philo. Reto means rhetoric, and philo, to my understanding, means philosophy.
Right.
So and I know the education system in Haiti is not pervasive. It's a very good system as far as comparatively speaking to the United States, because when I came to the United States, and I'm sure you can attest to this, we were more advanced than our peers. Yes. But I'm thinking that, I know a lot of smart Haitians, and so if you go to Reto and Philo and you have the chance to go to college, why aren't there more secular Haitians? Isn't Reto and Philo teaching you how to think? But I really don't see that manifesting in the population.
Well, here's the thing. You have to understand, because to me, and I'm not insulting anyone, I think as a country, by the way, I'm proud to be Haitian. If I had a choice, this is what I would be, because I'm one of the people who understands and know the importance of our country in the world. Um, so what happens is in Haiti, people go to school just to go to school. A lot of the people that go to school, they just go to school just to be in school. Not that because we are smart. Um, we are very smart people. Well, to me, all blacks in general. But in Haiti, a lot of the time, here's what happens because Haitians confuse um, education with intelligence. Vous comprenez? Obviously, m'sonje lèm te piti, moun ap jwe people in my circle, because I come from a very, parce qu'en Haiti, when you go to school, you are made to feel like you are superior to the non-schooling population. So, jan moun yo kon jwe, ou pa mèm ka moun pale fransè mèm. Ou bien, ou pa mèm kon li. And I've always been big. I'm about 6'2", 25". I've always been big. So, and also being the first of 14, I always feel the need to protect. It's a knee-jerk reaction for me. So then, when this happens, a lot of time these people, they feel, first of all, they cannot fight back. Parce que sou di yon bagay, yal pa les parents, blah, 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 and so on, kick you. And then I tell them how stupid you must be to be saying that to someone who's never been in school. But a certain moment, while they call for the duration of your life. And then, because to me in Haiti, the reason it doesn't get practice, let's just say, is because the goal is to be able to speak French. That I believe is always the goal. Parce que pour quelle raison? Parce que depuis ils vont côté ou parler français, all of a sudden people think that you are the smartest person in the world. Okay? When I came here, I had a fight with somebody. Not a physical fight, because I'm big, they always think that I'm gonna beat them up. But I love to fight, and I like fighting. But the fight is, with words is even better. So now this person keeps speaking French, and I didn't move. My French is lousy, curl my lousy. But two things is that I can speak and I can write French better than I can speak. I can write and read French better than I can ever speak it. I can write and read Creole better than I can ever speak that too. So they're saying all this nonsense, and I'm standing there and they say, "Oh, what are you, stupid? You don't even speak French." So I tell them in English, I say, "Well, we live here now, and plus you have not said one word that requires an answer. So I'm going to speak English very slowly so that maybe then all these words that are coming out of your mouth, basically they're reciting a French poetry. They're not saying anything, bringing anything to the conversation. And of course, ça fait énerver. Pour quelle raison? Parce qu'en Haïti, depuis on parle français, on supposé all of a sudden have a certain level of respect for them. So practicing is not important as being able to just gain the ability to speak French. Another example is this. I'm from a rich family, okay? You're from a struggling poor family. This is why Haiti never have good representation, okay? To the world. I'll give you an example. Par exemple, dans Olympic, right? Here we have trials. If I wait to fight, blah, 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 or bien there's a race. But here's the thing. En Haiti, petit moun riche is in everything that they do, right? So Konyala, let's just say you're a better fighter than me.
Mhm.
But because of the fact that I'm from a rich family, I have influence. They will send me instead of you, meaning that we don't send our best. And the reason I'm saying this, I'm not just spewing out things. I work for Downstate Hospital in Brooklyn, New York. I've been there for over 25 years. And of course, I'm friends with a lot of doctors, and people like talking to me, and I like talking to people because I don't judge. I basically have an open mind for everything. And the guys are telling me, these are top doctors in their fields. You know what they say to me? If they were in Haiti, they probably say bourrette, you tap poussé or something. You know why? Parce que only the people, the privileged people get to go to do certain things, certain careers. So what makes me sad is you have people that are so intelligent in Haiti that their intelligence will not be able to go anywhere to prove any kind of anything fruition because on série de points yo rive yo pa ka continuer because pour aller dans telle école faut qu'on gen ma tante gen parrain gen tonton. It's not your ability, you know what I'm saying? It's like c'est pas pour que it's not like you get scholarships because of your of merit. You get it based on what your parents can do for you.
Nepotism.
There you go. And because once you can buy your way in, and that's it. So now what happens? The reason I'm saying this, I'm sorry that I'm going because this is important to me.
No, that's fine.
M sonje m'te l'école kay frère, et puis yo te mette dehors for some reason because I was messing with some girl kay mère, right? Of course, that's a no-no, you know. So then ma l'école ka on kote le Maître François. Dans l'école Maître François Gonaïve. And there's this guy named Elifet Estimé, if I remember correctly. Okay, me, I was good parce qu'en Haïti, it's what l'école 2 fois par jour. Le matin, c'est dicté, you know, like stuff like that. History, I believe, and I was really good at those things. As you can see, I'm very verbal.
Mm-hmm.
But in the afternoon, c'était mathématique, right? In the mornings, I'm doing all the talking, and then in the afternoon, pas dit rien. Pour quelle raison? Parce que mathématique, you know, I wasn't getting zero or anything, but I wasn't as good. But there's this kid, if I remember, his name Elifet Estimé. Do you know that he was forbidden? Mind you, forbidden. Parce que longtemps, c'est écrit, a écrit problème sur tableau. Right? You know, while the teacher's writing the problem or division, long division, and so on, Monsieur by réponse now, without even doing it. Okay? Guess what? Le monsieur fin, he couldn't go to college. Pour quelle raison? Pas de gain tonton, pas de gain moyen, pas de gain matin. Now that always, you remember, at a very young age, I was like 16 at the, you know, I was younger than that. Imagine the impression that had on me. And then you realize that if this guy was here, he would be going to school for free. He would be regarded as a genius. But because he didn't have the ability to pay or didn't have the right influence, what happens now? His life is literally over. In the meantime, this is, who knows what this guy could have been. You understand?
That's very tragic.
Oh yeah. So these are, and then I'm an empath. So this happens, what, over 50 years ago, I want to say? And yet I still think about this all the time. So le moun ap pale ke, you know, they are smart, they are this, they are that. And I'm never impressed because I know, like on IT, this is why with these guys, these doctors I tell you about, these guys, if they every time I speak to them, they remind me of this guy. I'm hoping that's the right name, Elifet Estimé, that couldn't, whatever, or somebody that couldn't go forward, not because they're not able to, because their intelligence surpasses everything. If you're in a class where everything is below you, you should be moved up to a different class to be challenged. But of course, that's not the case. So c'est ça fait que, in answer to your long answer to your question, ça fait que, you know, with philosophy and rhetoric and so on, to me, most people, they just, you know, moving along, not that is going to be in, you know, in practice or anything like that. Parce que the country does not respect knowledge. They just want to be. We never move. Okay, par exemple, let's just say Fidel Castro, right? He was part of the elite class, about right? He had nothing to gain by revolting against, you know, like the belief that, you know, sous riche supposed to, right? So what did he wanted to better his country, the love of country. C'est que Everybody has to learn to read, which also helped the country to be in a better position. But he did it anyway. He revolted. But in Haiti, in Haiti, you are raised to become your parents. So if my goal is to be like my parents, how is that, how will we ever evolve, right? My goal is for my children to be more successful than me. And I don't mean in terms of earnings. I mean in terms of being a better person, and as an independent thinker, a more, progressive kind of thing. Not, okay, papa, I'm confess I'm that makes no sense. Again, sorry for the, going on and so on.
No, that's fine. I understand what you're saying. And you gave a lot of good information, so I thank you. So, what I was thinking is that, so I have a goal to change Haitian culture. Actually, I would like Haiti to become the first openly secular country in the Caribbean. But I want it to be part of our everyday culture. That is to say, we ask for evidence for simple things. Ne pas dire, now or demain si Dieu veut. I know that's, people say that normally, but that we have so much things that we have to overcome. A lot of people think that I'm attacking their religion or whatever. I just want better for us. I would like to undermine the caste system that we have. I want to promote the smart people that deserve it. But that's very difficult because change is very difficult. And at the same time, when I talk to religious people, I want to talk about the topic without making them feel like I'm attacking them.
But you know what?
Because I want the best for them.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Reggie. If you are, par exemple, if you parle avec un monde, if the first thing they do is that, because me, I can either talk to you for 1 minute, the whole day, the whole year, or 2 minutes. Parce que if whatever your belief is, I respect it. I'm not trying to tell you not to believe in whatever you want. The problem with theists is this: they are never challenged. Okay, the whole idea of being a theist is to not challenge the norm, right? Par exemple, if you think about it, right? Par exemple, qu'importe problème yo gagne, instead of dealing with it, what do? They go and pray, right? They go and pray and wish for something to be. Pendant ce temps, moi et ma voix, we see a problem, we try to fix it. See, okay, par exemple, when they tell you, okay, I'm saying thoughts and prayers, what does that mean? So, le fait que they already like that, it's kind of hard for them to understand so abdio. And they find it insulting. And then the other thing too, that clouds the judgment base. Parce que si if I'm talking to you about something and you already have predisposed ideas of what I should be saying, okay? So that means that when I say something that is off the charts, that you are not expected, what do? You fight back, you get enraged because you are not used to be able to understand what's been said. By example, might do an example, let's just say this. This is the way I am. Now, I've not always been like this. Of course, Konya, what helps me because of independent thinking and my personality, par exemple. Let's just say, Herve, kon sa passe, gade, ciel la belle, mais journée la belle, ciel, gade, ciel la vert, right? Right? You tell me the sky is green, but it's beautiful. C'est pas vrai? D'ordinaire, ça nous fait un dit, au fou, mon cher, get out of here. Right? And then that's the end of that. Me, I'm different. Because whatever statement you made, there'll be some truth to it, and I have to honor that. The first thing I say, I say, au kon sa passe, Reggie, m'dakwa avou, men, ciel la belle, c'est vrai. Mais, m'pa kwa el vert. You see the difference? The difference is this. Number one, comme Haïtien fait, mais foot fou à parler, and then that's that. That's the end of the conversation. Because we were not raised or to see the positive in what the person said. If you say, make a statement, if 25% of it is true, that's a good start. If we agree on 25%, that's one way for us to have more conversations about this. But seems next sort, what happens? You stop talking.
Yeah, they shut down.
And then that's it. To me, if you say, because people in general like for you to find common ground, right? Obviously, and then this is how you become friends with people. It's I just met you, and then we become friends. What happens is you may not like my best friend. 90% of the thing he likes, I don't, and vice versa. But you see, we respect one another because we have 10% in common. Well, so if I were the type that this guy's crazy, I would never have a best friend. I've been friends with this guy for over 30 something years. Okay. So the point is, surtout en Haiti, being that I'm all have like examples. I go to a barbershop. On est loin fait être un barbershop haïtien, c'est parole qu'a parler. Here's the thing. Gonne qui paraît, je parler créole francisé. Basically, it's like using Creole and then put a lot of French words in it to make him. And remember, I grew up with people like this. Okay. But then there's a guy named Arnold sitting there, and we all have gifts. One of my gifts is that I can feel somebody who's been marginalized all their lives. Like I said, even at work, the people I get along with are the people who clean the floors, right? Just like I used to be when I was in Haiti. Arnold is, ma parler, tout le monde a parlé, and then Arnold says something. And then the guys who are speaking, all that snooty Creole crowd, they say, I know I'm in a family which pissed me off. I said, no, you shut the bleep up. Parce que son conversation a parlé about Haiti. C'est haïtien, monsieur, même j'ai avec vous. Okay? Si monsieur pas qu'à parler, ou même moi fermer l'auto. Because I don't like that. See, people are being bullied. What happens is we are going back to the old slavery mentality thing, right? So, sou pa kon parle français, rete nan rolo. So, does that mean that this person that cannot speak French, not because, si à l'école, you baka parle français, then, you're sort, which is fine. But because he couldn't speak French, this is the reason why they didn't want to hear from him. See, so this is what I'm saying, is that we are missing out on a lot of stuff being that the way we are.
And that's why, like I said, I try to do shows in Creole, and it's important to speak to Haitians because I believe in promoting Creole. I really do, and yes. I experienced some of the same things that you talked about, the classification. I remember I had a similar experience to you where, I had a bond. I grew up high middle class, so there was some other family friends that came over and they were speaking French, and my mother wanted me to play with the little girl of that couple, and she wanted me to communicate with the little girl in French, and I was like, no, I'm not French. In fact, I still have a thing against French speaking,
the language of the masters.
Yeah, I have an issue with that. It's something I'm working on, because I try to take the person as they are and not really carry that trauma. It really is trauma. But it's I think that French language is fine and everything, but I'm into that Creole, that real Haitian.
But okay, that being said, here's the reason why Haitien parle Creole. To me, again, lack of education. Let me explain. Remember, I told you education has nothing to do with intelligence. Right. Now, think about this. This is why I think, in terms of intelligence, nous mêmes nous supérieurs de bleu, of everything. C'est noirisme. So basically, I'm all for 100% black. Okay. And then I don't just say, I give examples. Imagine que you are in your country, right? Et puis somebody takes you. But then you come from a country that speaks many different languages. So then you let's just say 200 people. Out of those 200 people, there might be like 10 or 12 different languages, right? Or more. I'm just being conservative when I say. So konya la, nous tous c'est noirs, nous, but nous pas comprendre one another. That's one. Second, you konya la while no plantation. And then what's your number one goal? To be able to understand and be able to communicate with your master, right? That's the number one goal. So basically, let's just say you are 12 people, 12 different languages. We don't understand one another. Do you know? I know it's kind of hard to imagine. Do you know how smart you have to be to hear what the master says, right? And then to be able to form your own language based on what you heard from the master, a language that has to be understood by the master and 11 of your buddies. Do you know how smart you have to be? Français toujours parler français, right? They were born speaking it, right? Anglais, the same thing. They didn't have to do that. We did. So you have to be able to appreciate what it took for you to come up with that. But then, ça passe, nous-mêmes noirs, they make us feel like we are nothing unless nous adopte what they have. Okay? Hence, remember, religion comes into play, right? Parce que, imagine, okay, you they rape you, they rape your family members, they take your children and sell them to others, make you work 18 hours a day, battle, do whatever they want to you, yet they want to save your soul. Just imagine that, okay? You have to honor the people that are put you in this sufferance, right? C'est ça qui fait que yo dit ça que no matter what, wap mourir gangou, wap souffrir for di bon Dieu merci. For what? You see, we are being played, and religion is the one thing that they have. Par exemple, nos différences nous gagnent. Ou moi-même, ou fait mon bagay là, what do I kill you, right? And, blah, 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 blah. Blanc pas comme ça. Ou quand ça yo fait, they don't just kill you. They kill your whole family. Generations coming up and doing it. That's the best thing. Par exemple, got the même problème nous te gain doing slavery we have now. And to make it worse, we fall for it all the time because we don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. So abdi pour changer en Haiti, not in my lifetime, I can tell you that right now. That's not to say it cannot happen, but it will not happen in my lifetime. You're younger, maybe yours, but I doubt it. Because for the change to occur, just like I told you with Fidel Castro, the change have to come from the people with the most power. They have to grow a conscience. Parce que moi, ma voix, we can talk all we want, but c'est moun qui gain power because faut qu'on ait que gon génération en Haïti qui education is, we need to educate the next generation in order for this to happen because the only way we can do it is through education. And who's going to stop people from being educated? The people who are in power want to stay that way. Ça fait que ça va pas rester ça ouvrier et puis they raise their kids to be. So it's going to be very difficult.
So Herve, that's a lot you covered, but
yeah,
give me the definition. When you say education is not intelligence, what is intelligence? What is education? What do you mean by that?
Okay, education, par exemple, mwen kob yo voyem l'école, c'est pas vrai? And then, of course, I can sit there et puis m'passer, blah, 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 et puis m'fini. But intelligence is be able to apply what you've learned. That, again, when you started with philosophy, rhetoric, is to apply what is learned. In Haiti, we don't. The only thing that gets applied is French. Where intelligence are, par exemple, I've seen in YouTube where they show you a guy chita Haitian, chita sans dents, et puis y a demandé what day, you tell him 12 janvier 1932. He'll tell you what day it was. Okay, how many days ago was it? That's intelligence. Intelligence is to be able to take what you learn and apply it and successfully. I'll give you another example. I'm a computer geek. You're a computer geek. Okay, we both have the same education, right? No gain A+, no gain masters in computers and so on. Okay, we have the same issue, même problème no gain. So I have to resolve. You're able to do yours in 2 minutes. Me, it takes me all day to do. Okay, the what's equal? What we have is we both have masters but then the difference in intelligence is the fact that you're able to figure it out a better way, a more successful way of getting it done. Même si ça fait qu'aucun docteur, c'est why is one better than the other? Gifts, intelligence, the way they apply what they've learned. Et puis, ça fait que when you learn something here that took 100 steps, an intelligent person, moi-même m'a fait 100 steps là, but an intelligent person, what they do, or an atheist, what they do is that they try to find a better way. Right? All of a sudden, instead of 10 steps, it took you all, it's, oh, look, we could do it in 2.
Okay.
That's what that means to me. Or people who've never been in school, able to whatever career that they have to be able to, because you have geniuses in every field. Someone qui nettoie à terre, someone qui prend garbage, they are all, have different level of intelligence.
Okay. Let me touch upon that. We're coming up with about 44 minutes on the show. This is the Haitian Free Thinkers, guys. If you're enjoying that, make sure you search for us. There's more of us like Herve here. We would love to have you to show you that we are a community. Like I said, we started in 2012, and I'm enjoying this conversation. There's more of us out there if you're not by yourself, and I'm learning so much. But I want to make sure I cover this question. As Haitians, the religion that we have still today don't necessarily come from foreigners like the French with the Catholicism, the Christians and whatnot. A lot of people talk about the big event that happened in Wakaima, the story of the birth of the revolution. And they say that the story started with a religious ceremony.
Yes.
So we have
I'm not hearing you too well, Reggie.
You're not hearing me well?
Now I am.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the Wakaima ceremony that supposedly started the Haitian Revolution?
Oh, I love it. Because here's what happens. Parce que one thing people believe in, religious people believe is that there's a certain mystique or miracle that will happen if they truly believe. It just so happened that Bookman, by the way, of course, was from Jamaica. Et puis ça fait haïtien toujours du vieux jamaïcain, which of course, that's a different topic we can talk about. He was able to tap into that belief that, like we are invincible. Okay. And then he's able to convince these people that they were, and then we acted accordingly. But do I believe in voodoo? No, I do not. But if you have to use anything you need in order to accomplish a goal, like we did, by the way, has never been accomplished by anybody else. I love it. I'm all for it. As well, one way you can participate in something without having to believe that it happens to be true. So, as we do things we don't really believe in, yet we continue on doing it. But in this instance, if that's what it took, that's what it took. The other thing also is, again, I always have other stories attached to it. Do you know who people from India? Right? I think they have more gods than we do in Haiti. Okay? You've seen the movies with Sinbad or anything like that, right? Where statue game multiple arms. These are all gods. Lemon so I've practiced ceremonial. It's worse than voodoo. Okay, you can look on YouTube and see it. I was shocked. But guess what? Nobody says anything. Right? Parce que nous-mêmes voodoo, we've been demonized, right? Parce que it's même haïtien, c'est vrai, c'est démon. Okay? Yet the other people that do the same thing, they don't get any of that.
Right.
Juif, I think I told you, Juif gon cérémonie yo fait que chaque année, you prend chicken, they pass it around their head like this, and
Mhm.
then basically believe that, okay, it's gonna absorb their sins, but nobody says anything about that.
That's right.
Where? So every culture has their own thing. Now, I may not believe in any of it, but what I believe in is justice. If you're gonna criticize mine, you should criticize the others. Christianity, okay, the Inquisition, right? What do you want? The sword of or the Bible? What are you gonna say? Okay. So then, but then here's the thing: they don't want. Nobody wants to talk about those things. So as far as voodoo goes, if that's what people believe in, that's fine. But they need to understand. Or the other thing also is this: I don't see. I haven't seen any proof of anything. Of all these cameras that we have, our phones and so on. Don't you think by now, na pou moun kap vole, not pour one cap disparate, not pour one cap turn into something. Okay, what about the sailors? They were also talking about how mermaids and stuff, or miracles. Like I'm standing. How come I don't see that anymore? Ever since we can't even show me. You want me to believe in? So I want to see it for myself. Okay, but as a kid, you are so influenced. This is why we say bless you, even though it's nonsense, right? I'm an atheist. When people sing, I say bless you. And then I realize that it's garbage, because it's not, my heart didn't stop, my entrails didn't come out of my nose. And then God said, okay, give me a break. So yeah, the Black Eye thing, oh man, as a matter of fact, I'm going to torture my friends right now, with Facebook messages based on that, because I'm very proud of that.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's awesome. We've had a great time. It's coming up on an hour. Like I said, I usually try to keep it within an hour because I've learned that anything over that people do
Lose interest.
they, yeah, their minds wander a little bit. But this was a great beginning. The last thing that I want to ask you, Herve, is this. I was once told that when I started this venture, that you know what, I'd have more success with younger people, because some people from my mother's generation, whatever, they're hopeless,
Mm-hmm.
because their minds are already made up, or they're so used to the religious thinking. Do you believe that's true? I mean, I'm not trying to convert people, but like I'm trying to find what makes, like, what how come, like, we are able to make our way out of religion. It's not an age thing? Is it because we came to the United States and we were exposed to different things? So do you think there's such a thing as the younger people, whether in Haiti or in the United States, have a better chance of being secular than older people? Is that really something?
Well, number one, I believe that there's a lot more Haitian atheists than we know of because they are afraid. The reason I'm saying is because my brother in my family, I'm known as the black sheep of the family, parce que I'm the family's atheist. And then I have a brother who's, John is what, maybe 10 years younger than me. He said, you know what? I'd love to be an atheist, but I'm scared.
Oh, wow. Scared of
Okay.
what?
Because remember, if you were indoctrinated as a young kid, it's as since you were born, that's all you know, right?
uh,
It takes a very strong mind to be able to break out of that.
it does.
And as far as I believe that we can find more here than in Haiti, parce que en Haiti, you have, in order to survive, you have to do a lot of things you don't want to do. And one of the things, like ou pas capable just pas être en Haïti, ou ça que, God is nonsense, bon Dieu pas exister. Everybody will they will call you say satanist, yeah. But then the funny thing is, as an atheist, they believe in Satan. You don't. So that's what makes it funny. As opposed to here, we have more independent thinkers because we have other avenues. C'est pas vrai? If I don't feel comfortable in a job, so I'm going to chercher un autre job. As opposed to in Haiti, you must do because you don't have that choice. But I believe that the more I don't saying try to convert to me is a little scary. What I believe is you have conversations with people. Me, when I talk to people, I just talk just to have a discussion. But I mean, I'm not. I couldn't be a salesman because I cannot convince people of doing. I just tell you what is, and I look at you to see if what I give you information on you in order for you to make the best judgment, the best decision that you can.
Mhm.
Well, Pastor, this is what I mean by some people you speak to for an hour, some people you speak for 2 minutes, based on whether they are closed-minded or not. Because people will know something is nonsense, but they'll still continue on doing it. Even Joel Osteen says facts are irrelevant. Faith is what matters.
Really? He
Okay?
said,
Oh yeah, I can send you the quote. But a lot of theists know that. They say, well, you're not seeing because you don't have faith. Because to them, faith is what's important. And then you cannot have arguments with theists because the first thing they're going to tell you is that you're not seeing it the right way. Or what my favorite is that you are misinterpreting what's been said, what you read. You know what I'm saying? So because they are not able to have like you and I, we can disagree on everything and be calm about it, respect for each other. But en Haïti, depuis pas d'accord avant, c'est que we're no longer friends.
that's crazy.
Because, if you go to court, right, like you have two opposing lawyers, yeah, bataille, and then at the end of the day, they go have a drink because they know that was business. Now we're friends. So en Haïti, par contre, ça, I don't know how long you've been, but c'est comme ça en Haïti. Depuis que je pas d'accord avant, nous pas amis encore.
Yeah. Wow,
Y- y-
that's what I've heard.
That's why it's hard for atheists in Haiti to be able to say that they are because of that. Because they don't want to be enemies to people that are influential or whatever. Remember, there are different level of influence. For example, ou c'est président, you have influence over me. C'est sous-président, I'm getting vice-président, I'm getting, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's what I think it is. People just say things just to say things. The reason I say this is because everything that they say, the Bible said not to do, they do. Okay. I have a brother who's more religious than everybody in the family. He even preaches. Okay, Saturday night, I don't go anywhere. I'm a geek, like I said. Saturday night, he's partying, getting drunk every dimanche al prêcher.
Wow.
See, this is what made me who I am because of the nonsense that I witnessed.
Mm.
Again, people don't believe, but they pretend to. And if they make them feel good, so be it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna put a pause for today's show, guys. Listen, thank you, Herve, for joining me today on this wonderful Sunday morning. It's almost 2021. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna turn 9 years old as an organization. So I'm encouraging all of you guys to share this video. This video is going to be published in different social medias. Herve has been awesome. He's a big Giants fan. We'll talk
Oh,
about
yes.
football because we have to go to our little religion. If we have a religion, we have football, right?
One last thing.
Okay.
Please tell your viewers that if they have any problems with computers, anything at all, any questions regarding computers, I'll be more than happy to help them out.
Okay.
Okay, and all free, no issues.
Hey, you did tell me that you do some wonderful work. One of the things that people believe that we atheists, we don't have not morals, but we don't do like what's the word, kind acts. If you know what I did last night for this young woman, and I don't tell people like the kind acts I do because I think that's part of the thing.
Yeah, if you tell everybody, then it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't count. But I know what you do, and like Elvis said that yeah, if you have any computer issues, you can get to me. You can talk to him. If you're on Facebook, you probably are part of this group already. But
and it's all free. I'm not selling anything. This is just me,
and we'll talk. And I'd like to have you back on in the future. We'll work out another time, but we'll talk about that. But if you have any specific topics you want to go over, we'll talk about it then. But today was kind of like the introduction
Okay,
of
sorry.
who you are. So I want to thank you again. The Giants have a big game today. My Dolphins did their thing, you
Yes,
know.
they did.
So this is going to be hopefully a really good weekend. I actually need the Giants to beat the Browns so
Yes, so
that the Dolphins can
well.
do their thing. But once again, I thank you so much for giving me your time and your expertise and your information. And I hope we can do it again. For everybody else, this is Reggie. This is Elve. We're part of the Haitian Free Thinkers. We're here for you. Like Elvis said, we believe there's more of us out there. Sou son haisyen, ou son ate, ou bien pa kwen nan Diyo, ou bien gen kesyon, menm si ou son moun ki kwayan, ou kwen nan Diyo, mba gen problem avek ou, nou pa tay, jist pa nou pa dako avek tout bagay ke nou kwen, sa pa ve di ke nou pa ka zami, nou pa ka pale, nou pa kwen nan sa, paske mgen kouzen, mgen moun nan tout kalite de religion, e mwile pale avek nou tout, sa son suje ke mwen vreman interese avel, so mwen vreman ouvan, I'm open to talk. Et so depuis nous gen ti tan, just ekron ti mesaj pou mwen, ma fè tan pou nou pale. So Herve na fon ti kampe, an nou prepare pou football, pou dimanche lan.
Yes.
Good luck to the Giants and everybody else. I'll see you next time. Again, this is Reggie and that's Herve, and we'll talk later.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks.